Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Krishna I'm getting angry because it's always one party. हम हमारे चला है कि नमो नमो विष्णु पादाय कृष्ण प्रस्तावाय नमो नमो विष्णु पादाय श्रीमती भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नाम ने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी बादशाह प्रभु सतरणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री रद्द गौरव प्रबंध हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 राम हरे कृष्ण राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण 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 हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Krishna Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. How are you?
Fine.
Prabhuji, this is going on.
Nothing much, bro. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. How are you? You are cooking yourself?
Yeah. I have to cook. Don't have any choice.
Okay.
Prabhuji, food is pathetic here. I have to cook. Food is pathetic here. I have to cook.
Yeah. No, you cannot get outside food?
No, usually I don't eat. Unless there's a client meeting or I have to go out with the people. So that's the only time I go out and eat. Otherwise, I don't.
Okay.
But usually for client meeting, I have to. I don't have any choice. And their food is pathetic, Prabhuji. Seriously.
Okay.
Okay, Prabhuji. I'm not in good attire. I have to.
Okay. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare. But inspired very much, bro. Seriously, you're attending regularly. Like that is like this kind of commitment is required, bro. For anything like this kind of like commitment is there, mean you will success in your any kind of thing. Commitment and discipline is very important.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. I really love this class, Prabhuji, because it's not just about spiritual and rituality. It's all about the life, how you have to lead. Means there are so much knowledge we gain from this class. And to be very honest,
like this. Yes, bro. Yeah, correct.
Lalit Prabhuji is just amazing. He's out of the world. He knows everything. Bro. Yeah, so and he will give you perspective of everything. It's not like he'll just tell you to just start teaching, preaching, or just following the rituals. He will tell you the exact reason why you should follow it. So overall, this class is helping me in every possible way.
Yeah, good,
And
Prabhuji.
actually, it's my honor that I'm hearing to all those people.
Yeah, please continue like this. Like Suman Prabhuji is joining, but he's continuing like this. Like sometimes he's joining because if you join like that, no Prabhuji, we don't know
Yeah,
anything. Right?
yeah,
We'll miss the flow. That's
yeah. Because now everything is in flow. It's like I have to attend at this point of time, and I have to leave the class at this point of time. It has become part of a routine.
okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare 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 Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Hare 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare 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 Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna Prabhu and Mataji. Thank you for joining. We'll start Mangalacharan prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chashkurum Militam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swamiti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pravacharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachatade Satarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasati Gauravakta Bunda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Deepa Mataji, like, can you manage Mataji? Can you manage? Is it okay?
Actually, నేను మొబైల్ నుంచి లాగిన్ అయ్యాను అండ్ 8:45 కి లాగ్ ఆఫ్ అయిపోవాలి.
Okay, Mataji, no issue. I can.
మీరు కావాలంటే ఒక 5 minutes లో I will log into the laptop.
No issue Mataji.
చేయగలరా మీకు మరి ఆఫీస్?
లేదు Mataji, పర్లేదు. I can.
Okay ప్రభుజీ, సారీ ప్రభుజీ.
Yeah. Where we are Mataji study? Lavani Mataji, yesterday you read, I think last night.
కొంచెం ముందు పెట్టండి ప్రభుజీ.
10 వరకు వెళ్ళినట్టుంది ప్రభుజీ. నేను ఆ సెక్షన్ నుంచి
అది ఏ గాడ్
ఇక్కడ ఎనీవన్ కెన్ వర్షిప్.
యా కామా సార్ 10th verse.
Yeah. Deepa Mataji, please can you start?
Yes ప్రభుజీ. Yeah. Anyone can worship Lord Krishna. Akama sarva kamova. Whether one is desireless, bhaktas who desire only to serve the Lord, or full of desires, karmis who desire higher happiness, or moksha kama, desirous of liberation, jnanis who desire happiness of Brahman more intense than the desires of karmis, udaradhi, a person who has broader intelligence, tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param, must worship the Supreme Lord with intense bhakti. Linking point, will the demigod worshippers naturally graduate to Tivra Bhakti? Devotee association alone gives bhakti. Etavaneva yajatam iha nishreya sodaya bhagavatya chalo bhavo yat bhagavata sangataha. Etavan eva yajatam iha nishreya sodaya. All the different kinds of worshippers of multi-demigods can attain the highest perfectional benediction. Bhagavat Yachalo Bhavo, which is spontaneous attraction, unflinchingly fixed upon the Supreme Lord. Yat Bhagavata Sangataha, only by the association of pure devotee of the Lord. Linking point, how can one who has always worshipped some demigod develop devotion to the Lord in the end? Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Samyukta Mataji, Samyukta Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam. Please read it.
Yes Prabhuji. 12th one. Even Jnanis take to bhakti. Why not demigod worshippers? Jnanam yat apratinivritta gunormi chakram. If jnana, which creates difference to the waves of material modes, atma prasada utayatra guneshvasangaha, is self-satisfying, is free from attachment to gunas, and kaivalya sammata pata bhakti yogaha, is transcendental and thus approved by authorities, leads to bhakti yoga. Kor nirvruto hari katasu ratim na kuryat, then who could fail to be attracted to harikatha?
Hare Krishna Lalitman Prabhuji. The second canto కొంచెం కష్టంగా ఉంది ప్రభుజీ, అర్థమైతలేదు అసలు. వాట్ ఈస్ లైక్
అరే ప్రభు, క్రియేషన్ స్టార్ట్ కాలేదు ఇంకా. నెక్స్ట్ చాప్టర్ నుంచి చూడండి ప్రభు, రంగులు ఉంటాయి కదా. So
what you're reading, I don't know. I mean, what I'm not understanding, Roji. What else?
Okay. Yes, Prabhu. Let me give you one small glimpse. First canto మీకు అర్థమైందా? అందరి హిస్టరీలు ఉంటాయి యాక్చువల్లీ.
Yes,
You know,
yes,
you'll have
Prabhu.
all the
First
histories
canto.
of. You got there, na?
Yes,
So
Prabhuji.
first canto ends with Parikshit Maharaj stories and Sukdev Maharaj's history. Okay.
Yeah.
Means that ends with how they met, both of them, how they met and what are they, what kind of personalities are they. Okay. So then what happens, second canto starts with answering the questions of the first canto. What did they do when they met? They asked 6 questions. Okay. Sages of Naimisharanya asked the questions and Parikshit Maharaj also asked the questions, right? So uska answers de rahe Prabhuji abhi. Okay. And while giving that answers, he ends at where bhakti is more important than dhyanis and karmis. Okay.
Yeah.
So that is the portion which we are studying now. Slowly he will give 23 shlokas glorifying karmi and jnani, or karma paddhati and jnana paddhati. And at conclusion he tells, if you do this, no need to do all the other things. And what is that conclusion? Bhakti yoga. Okay. Aradhya of Hari. That is the main important thing. That's where he concludes. But before concluding that, he will give, we are only at 12th shloka, na? So 12th shloka, all this from till 33 or something else, it only comes with jnana and karma. At the last, where it ends, bhakti. Okay.
Okay.
And after this, Prabhuji, the next chapter, it will go a bit deeper. Okay. What is the chapter now which we are going through? See, the last chapter which we have studied, the last chapter which we have studied, it is about Parikshit Maharaj is getting the answers from Sukdev Goswami, like bhakti is important than the other 2 paths. Okay. At last he says that bhakti is important. And then what happens? In this chapter, our sages of Naimisharanya, they'll get more excited and they will ask questions. Please tell us more. And they will, what you say, ఆ యొక్క భక్తి మార్గాన్ని ఆ యొక్క దీన్ని పొగుడుతారు అన్నమాట మొత్తం ఈ చాప్టర్ అంతా కూడా. Okay. Now see, from 13th, Saunaka Rishi inspires Suta Goswami to speak more. Saunaka Rishi means kaun? People who are sitting, the devotees who are sitting at Naimisharanya.
Yeah.
The moment they hear about bhakti, na, they will get very inspired and they will ask. Unka inquisitiveness बढ़ जाता है, they will become more inquisitive and they will inspire Suta Goswami to speak more about the topic. This whole chapter is that only.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Then before chapter ఏంటంటే yes Prabhu, thank you.
చెప్పండి.
దీని బిఫోర్ చాప్టర్ లో ఏంటంటే మొత్తం భక్తి గురించి మొత్తం చెప్పారు ప్రభుజీ. లాస్ట్ లో కన్క్లూజన్ భక్తి వస్తుంది అనమాట. అండ్ ఈ చాప్టర్ లో భక్తి గురించి కొంచెం స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాడు సుఖదేవ్ గోస్వామి. స్టార్ట్ చేసిన వెంటనే ఇక్కడ నైమిషారణ్యంలో ఎవరైతే ఈ శౌనకాది ఋషులు ఉన్నారో వాళ్ళందరూ సూత గోస్వామిని ఇంటరప్ట్ చేసి ఇంకా చెప్పండి అని అడుగుతారు ప్రభు. అంతే. ఓకే. ఆ ఇంకా చెప్పడం అనేది మొత్తం 20 క్వశ్చన్స్ 20 శ్లోకాస్ ఎన్నో ఉంటాయి. అది మనం చదువుతూ ఉంటాం.
ఓకే.
హరి
థ్యాంక్ యూ. Samita Mataji, please read this till 16th Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. 13 to 25. Shaunaka Rishi inspires Suta Goswami to speak more. What did Maharaj Parikshit inquire from Sukadev Goswami further? O Suta, you are learned Vidwan, and we are eager to hear Shushrushatam. So please continue Harikatha that should be discussed among devotees. Satam. Parikshit was a great devotee, and since childhood he would play Bala Krida by enacting Krishna's pastimes, Krishna Krida, and imitate worship of the family deity. Sukadeva Goswami was also a great devotee. Vasudeva Parayanaha. Therefore, they must have discussed Harikatha. Urugaya Gunodaraha. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Yes, Sandhya Mataji, can you read this? And 18th.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanavad Pranam. 17th, best utility of time. Ayur harati vai pumsham. The lifespan of people gets decreased by. Shall I read old sloka and the translation once, Prabhuji, or line by line?
Yeah, it's okay, Mataji. Yeah, read, no problem. Yeah, read one time sloka, Mataji, and line by line, like you can read like that.
Okay. Ayur harati vai pumsham. Udyanashtam chayan asau. Tashyarte yat kshano nita. Uttama shloka vartaya. Ayur harati vai pumsham. The lifespan of people gets decreased by. Udyanashtam cha yan asau. Every rising and setting of the sun. Tasyarte yat kshano nita. Except in this case, in the case of those who utilize their time. Uttama shloka vartaya. In the topics of the Supreme Lord. 18th, comparison between humans and non-humans. Taravaha kim na jivanti. Vastraha kim na swasantyutta. Na khadanti na mihanti. Kim grame pashavo pare. Taravaha kim na jivanti. Do the trees not live? They live much longer than humans, but they do not breathe. Vastraha kim na swasantyutta. Do the bellows of the blacksmith not breathe? The bellows breathe more strongly than the humans, but the bellows do not eat. Na khadanti na mahanti kim grame pashavo pare. Do the animals and animal-like humans not eat and mate? They can eat more than the humans. 19th, animalistic people.
Read, Mataji.
Swavidvarostra kairaya samstutah purusha pashu na yat karma pate patopeto jatu nama gadagrajaha. Swavidvarostra kairaha samstuha purusha pashu. People who are like dogs, hawks, camels, and asses praise those animalistic people. Nayat karma patopeto jatu nama gadagrajaha, who never listen to the transcendental pastimes of Lord Sri Krishna, the deliverer from evils. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Yeah, Vani Mataji, you're able to read?
Yes, Prabhuji, I'll read.
Yeah, read.
From which line I have to read, Prabhuji?
Yeah, here, Mataji, 20 to 25. Limb by limb description of.
Okay, 20 to 25. Limb by limb description of an animalistic person. Limb of the person compared to and if not. First one is the 20th, earlobes, holes of snakes, listening to the powerous and marvelous acts of the Lord. Tongue of a frog, singing and chanting loudly the worthy songs about the Lord. Upper body, though crowned with a silk turban, only a heavy burden, bowing down before the Lord who can award mukti. Hands through which glittering bangles, those of a dead man, engaging them in the service of Hari. Eyes, plumes of a peacock, looking at the symbolic representations of the personality of Godhead. Legs, tree trunks, moving to the holy places. The person, certainly a dead body, receiving the dust of the feet of the pure devotee on his head. Or second is experiencing the tulsi aroma from the Lord's feet. Heart, steel framed, transforming even after having chanted the Lord's holy name. 25th, therefore please speak the Hari Katha that transpired between Sukadeva Goswami and Parikshit.
Thank you, Mataji.
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, I just wanted to interfere here. I'm sorry. So, you know now what these sages of Naimisharanya are telling now? See, the different parts of the body, if they are not used for the service of the Lord, then what are they compared to? Okay, that's how they are describing that what is the use of all these things if we don't hear Harikatha. That's how they are inspiring whom? Suta Goswami. Okay, what are they inspiring? Why are they inspiring? To tell him more about what was the discussion happened between Sukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj regarding this topic of bhakti. Okay, this is where we are. Till this point, you were in line, na? Every one of you?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Is everyone in line with this? What we are studying now? Or what we are reading now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Yes. Let us go ahead.
Yeah, we'll go to the Chaitanya Subodhini because it is finished.
This is over, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji, that is over.
Okay.
Yeah, Sirisha can read the activities of this one.
Hare Krishna. The activities of Sakshi Gopala. 1 to 9, Lord Chaitanya's arrival at Kataka. Lord Chaitanya's party saw the Varaha temple at Yajapura village and reached Kataka and saw the Sakshi Gopala temple. Nityananda Prabhu narrated the pastime of Sakshi Gopala. 10 to 35. Two Brahmanas from...
Yeah, in this section, 10 to 133 section, that is this one. Yeah, read. First read this one.
The old Brahmana revealed about his promise. Who then disapproved this and even threatened him that they would take poison and die if his daughter was given to the poor Brahmana. The old Brahmana helplessly prayed to the Lord. Can I continue?
Yeah, this one, 48 to 186.
48 to 86.
Yeah.
The young Brahmana came the next day and the old Brahmana's son threatened him with a stick. The young Brahmana then put his matter before the villagers. The old Brahmana's son falsely assured the young Brahmana, who then narrated that what had happened at Vrindavana. Upon everyone's approval, it was agreed that the old Brahmana would offer his daughter to the young Brahmana if Gopala came to bear witness. 87 to 112. The young Brahmana then went to Vrindavana and appealed to Lord Gopala. Gopala said that deities do not walk. But the Brahmana argued that if a deity can speak, then he can walk also. Since he is not a statue anyway. But directly, Vrajendra Nandana Gopalji agreed and travelled with him. After they reached the village, Gopala bore witness and the old Brahmana offered his daughter to the young Brahmana. 113 to 133. After the marriage, at the request of both the Brahmanas, Gopala stayed in Vidyanagara and a nice temple was built by the king. Later King Purushottama Deva of Orissa conquered Vidyanagara and took Gopala to Kataka and worshipped him with devotion along with his queen.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Lavani Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. One, can you scroll? Okay. 134 to 140. Pleasure of seeing Lord Chaitanya and Sakshi Gopal. After the narration of the Sakshi Gopala pastime, Lord Chaitanya and the devotees were pleased, and all the devotees could see that Lord Chaitanya and Sakshi Gopala were the same. The next morning, they all departed for Puri. 141 to 158. Danda Banga Leela. Arriving at Lord Chaitanya took bath in the Bargi Nadi river. Bangi Prabhuji, adi Bargi and Bangi kada?
Bargi Mataji, Bargi Nadi.
Bargi Nadi river, leaving his sannyasa danda with Lord Nityananda, who then broke it into 3 pieces and threw it into the river. Lord Chaitanya later became angry at this and proceeded towards Jagannath Puri alone. Can I continue, Prabhuji?
Yeah, read Mataji. This one
1
also.
to 9. Lord Chaitanya's arrival at Kataka. First one, obeisances. Obeisances unto Lord Supreme Lord Brahmanya Deva, who appeared as Sakshi Gopala to benefit a Brahmana. For 100 days, he travels through the country, walking on his own legs. Thus, his activities are wonderful. All glories to Lord Chaitanya and his associates. Third to fourth, Yajapura. Lord Chaitanya's party arrived at Yajapura village and saw Varahadeva temple, offered obeisances, chanted, danced, prayed, and passed the night there. 5 to 6, Kataka. At Kataka. Lord Chaitanya then went to Katak, and saw the Sakshi Gopala temple. He was pleased by Gopala's beauty and chanted, danced, and prayed there. 7 to 9, Nityananda Prabhu narration. Nityananda Prabhu narrated the story of Sakshi Gopala to Lord Chaitanya and the other devotees who stayed at night in the temple of Gopala. Nityananda Prabhu had previously heard this story from the town people when he visited Sakshi Gopala on the pilgrimage of India. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Yeah, Gaurav Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. 10 to 130, the pastime of Lord Sakshi Gopala. 10 to 35, the old Brahmana's promise. 10 to 17, the pilgrimage of 2 Brahmanas. Formerly at Vidyanagra in South India, there were 2 Brahmanas, one old and one young, who went for a long pilgrimage. They visited Gaya, Kashi, Prayag, Mathura, the forest of Vrindavana, Govardhana Hill, and finally the great temple of Gopala, who was being worshipped gorgeously. Taking bath at Kesi Ghat and Kalia Ghat, they saw the beauty of Gopala, who stole their minds. Feeling happiness, they remained there for 2 to 4 days. The young Brahmana always assisted the older one, and the older one was pleased. 18 to 20, the old Brahmana promised, "You served me in this pilgrimage. Even my own son does not serve me so. By your mercy, I was not fatigued. If I don't show you any respect, I will be ungrateful. Therefore, I'll give you my daughter in charity." 24 to 24, the young Brahmana refused. "Sir, this is unusual. You are aristocratic, well educated, and rich. I'm not aristocratic, educated, or wealthy, and not a suitable bridegroom for your daughter. I served you to satisfy Lord Krishna, because Krishna is pleased by service rendered to Brahmanas, and thus the opulence of one's devotional service increases. Kanya patra amina hai tomara, Krishna pritye kari tomara seva vyavahara, Brahmana sevaya, Krishna nera priti badahaya, Tanhara Santosh Bhakti Sampat Padhaya." The 4 opulence of aristocratic birth, high education, beauty, and riches are symptoms of pious activities performed in one's past life. The aristocratic family never consider a marriage with a common family, though the caste may be the same. Transaction between 2 pure Vaishnavas. Because the young Brahmana served the older one with the purpose of pleasing Krishna, Lord Gopala agreed to become a witness. Lord Chaitanya would certainly not have liked to hear about material dealings unless they were between 2 Vaishnavas. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Yeah, Lois Prabhuji is there. Lois Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Yeah, please read. Yeah, read this.
26 to 28.
25.
Brahmana.
Yeah,
Without
25. 25.
Old Brahmana. Yeah, 25. Do not doubt. I already decided to give you my daughter. 26, 28. Young Brahmana. Without the consent of all your friends and relatives, it is not possible. King Bhishmaka also wanted to give his daughter Rukmini to Krishna, but Rukmi objected. Therefore, he could not carry out his decision. Old Brahmanas. My daughter is my own property. Who can stop me? I will neglect all others. Don't doubt me and just accept my proposal. Continue, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji, continue.
31. Young Brahmanas. They say so before the Gopala deity. 32. The old Brahmanas before Lord Gopala. My dear Lord, please witness that I have given my daughter to this boy, promising before the deity. Whatever promise is spoken in front of the deity is taken to be true. For no one would dare lie before the deity. It cannot be cancelled. Vigdata means the father, brother, or guardian of a girl has given his words that she will be married to a certain man. She is then resolved by virtue of such honest words. 33. The young Brahmana to Gopala. My dear Lord, you are my witness. Thakura. Tumi Mora Sakshi. I shall call for you to testify if it is necessary later on. Toma Sakha Alimu Yadi Anayatha Dekhi. 34, 35. They both start for home. As usual, the young Brahmana served the old Brahmana in various ways as if he were his guru. They returned to Vidyanagara. After some time, the old Brahmana became anxious. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yeah, Chandama Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, please read.
36 to 47. Disapproval by the old Brahmana's family. 36 to 39. Matter disclosed. One day, the old Brahmana narrated to his relatives what had taken place in front of Gopala. Hearing this, they all made explanations of disappointment and said, if you offer your daughter to your degraded family, your aristocracy will be lost and people will make jokes and laugh at you. 40 to 41. Relatives threatened. The old Brahmana said, how can I undo the promise I made in a holy place? His relatives anonymously said, if you give your daughter to that boy, we shall give up all connection with you. We shall take poison and die. Deity as witness. And the old Brahmana said, if I do not give my daughter to the young Brahmana, he will call Sri Gopalji as a witness and take my daughter by force. Thus, my dharma will become meaningless. 43 to 45. His artistic son confidently suggested, the deity may be a witness, but he is in a distant country. How can he come to bear witness against you? Why are you so anxious? You do not have to flatter Dini. Simply say that you do not remember what you said. By argument, I shall defeat the young Brahmana. 46 to 47. Helpless and prayer. The old Brahmana's mind become agitated. Feeling helpless, he prayed, my dear Gopala, I took shelter of your lotus feet. I request you please protect my dharma and at the same time save my kinsmen from dying. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Yeah, Lalit Prabhuji, please read.
Yes, Lord. 48 to 86. The young Brahmana proposes to bring Lord Gopala as witness. 48 to 53a. The young Brahmana came the next day and spoke humbly. You have promised to give your daughter in the charity to me. Now you do not speak. What is your conclusion? As the old Brahmana remained silent, his son came with a stick and said, oh, you are most degraded. You want to marry my sister? Just like a dwarf who wants to catch the moon? Seeing the stick, the young Brahmana fled. 53b to 57. The young Brahmana gathered the villagers the next day. Then they called the old Brahmana to their meeting place and asked him why he wasn't fulfilling his promise. The old Brahmana said that he didn't remember promising so. Text 58 to 62. The old Brahmana's son spoke impudently. While on pilgrimage, my father carried money. This rogue gave him datura to eat and took away all his money and claimed that some thief took it. Now he is claiming that my father promised to give him his daughter. All of you assembled gentlemen, judge if it is befitting to offer this poor Brahmana my father's daughter. People became, text 63, people became doubtful and thought it possible that because of attraction for the riches, one might give up religious principles. Sambhave, dhana lobhe, lokachade, dharma bhaya. 64 to 76. Prabhu, thank you. Should I stop here?
Read it, this section, till this note.
Yeah. Text 64 to 76. Then the young Brahmana narrated, just to win in an argument, this man is lying. Being satisfied with my service, this Brahmana promised me of his own accord that he would hand over his daughter to me. I forbade him, saying that I am not fit as I am poor, uneducated, and with no claim to aristocracy. Still he insisted. I then said that his family members would never agree to his proposal and his promise would be broken. Yet he repeatedly emphasized his promise. Then I concentrated my mind and requested him to make the promise before the Gopala deity, and he did so. Accepting the Gopala deity as my witness, I submitted to him that if this Brahmana later hesitates to give me his daughter, I shall call on him as a witness. I asked the Supreme Lord to be my witness. The entire world accepts the words of the Lord. Point to be noted is the qualification of young Brahmana. Although not aristocratic or educated, he believed that Krishna was the topmost authority. He accepted the Lord's words without hesitation and had firm faith in Lord's consistency. Such a devotee is considered to be most learned scholar, the topmost aristocrat, and the richest man. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Kinchan Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, please read this one, 77.
77 to 80. The old Brahmana calls upon the witness. The Brahmana immediately confirmed that this was really true and said, if Gopala personally comes here as a witness, I shall surely give my daughter to the young Brahmana. His son agreed. The old Brahmana thought, since Krishna is very merciful, he will certainly come to prove my statement. The atheistic son thought it is not possible for the Gopala to come and bear witness. Thinking thus, the father and the son agreed. As the super soul, Krishna knows everyone's desire and prayer. Although all these may be contradictory, the Lord has to create a situation in which everyone will be pleased. Here, Krishna created a situation wherein both father and son agree. Correct. You want me to continue or you are going to summarize?
Yes, Prabhuji, continue.
Okay. In 81 to 82, in writing, the young Brahmana then had it written on the paper with their signatures so that they may not change the word again. The people served as meditators. 83 to 86, the young boy proclaimed, this elderly Brahmana is certainly truthful and had no desire to break his promise, but fearing that his kinsman would commit suicide, he deviated from the truth. By his piety, I shall call the Supreme Lord as the witness and shall keep his promise intact. Hearing this emphatic statement, some atheists began to cut jokes. Someone said, after all, the Lord is merciful, and if he is like, he can come.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Yeah, 87 to 112. Lord Gopala comes to Vidyanagara as witness. 87 to 90. Appeal to Gopala. the young Brahmana went to Vrindavana, offered obeisance to the Lord Gopala, and narrated everything. My Lord, you are the protector of Brahmanical culture and are merciful. Kindly protect the dharma of us two Brahmanas. I am not thinking to become happy by getting a bride, but feeling pain that the Brahmana has broken his promise. You are very merciful and all-knowing. Therefore, kindly be a witness in this case. A person who knows things as they are and still does not bear witness becomes involved in sinful activities. Eta jani tumi sakshi deha dayamaya jani sakshi nahi deya tara papahaya. Note point, motive behind the appeal. The young Brahmana was a pure Vaishnava and had no desire for sense gratification. He wanted protection and help from the deity only so that the old Brahmana would not incur spiritual blemish. Simple dealings between the devotees and the Lord. There is no possibility of the Lord's being involved in sinful activities. A pure devotee, though he knows everything of the Supreme Lord, can speak with him exactly as if he were a common man. Hare Krishna. Deepa Mataji, please can you continue? Like we'll continue 2-3 minutes. We'll just complete this section. Can you read this 91 this 2 till here? Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare
Yeah.
Krishna. 91 to 92 hai kada? Ekkadi nunchi Prabhuji?
Yeah. Yes, Mataji. These two.
91 to 92, Krishna. Go back and call a meeting of all the men. Just try to remember me. I shall appear and protect the honor of both you Brahmanas by bearing witness. Young Brahmana, even if you appear there as a 400 Vishnu deity still, none of them will believe in your words. Only if you go there in this form of Gopal and speak, will your testimony be heard by them. 95a, Krishna. I have never heard of a deity walking from one place to another. 95b to 96, young Brahmana. True, but how is it that you are speaking to me although you are a deity? You are not a statue. You are directly the son of Maharaja Nanda. Now, for the sake of old Brahmana, you can do something you have never done before. Pratimana hatumi sakshat Rajendra Nandana vipralagi karatumi akarya karana. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yeah, Samyukta Mataji, read this 91 to 100 Mataji. Hare Krishna, Samyukta.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Sorry Prabhuji.
Yeah, you read this 91 to 100. 97 to 100.
Yes, Prabhuji. 97 to 100. Sri Gopalaji then smiled and said, I shall walk behind you. If you try to see me by turning around, I shall remain stationary in that very place. You will know that I am walking behind you by the sound of my ankle bells. Cook 1 kilogram of rice daily and offer it. I shall eat that rice and follow behind you. Note point, Archamurti. Just as the sun can act through the sunshine and distribute its heat and light, so Krishna by his inconceivable power can appear in his original spiritual form in any material element like stone, wood, and paint, because they are all his energy. Being omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient, Krishna can deal with his devotee in any form without difficulty. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Yeah, Sandhya Mataji, can you read this?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. 101 to 102, the journey with Gopala. The next day, the Brahmana started for his country. Gopala followed him, and the tinkling sound of his ankle bells could be heard. The Brahmana became pleased, and he cooked first-class rice for Gopala to eat. 103 to 107, when he neared his village, he thought, I will tell people that his witness has arrived. But if they don't directly see the Gopala deity, they would not believe that he had arrived. Gopala stays here, there is still nothing to fear. Thus he turned back and saw Gopala standing there smiling. The Lord told, now you can go home. I shall stay here and shall not leave. 108 to 112, Gopala bears witness. When the young Brahmana informed the townspeople of Lord Gopala's arrival, they came there and offered their obeisances, pleased to see Gopala's beauty. They were all surprised to hear that he had actually walked there. The old Brahmana felt like a stick in front of Gopala. In everyone's presence, Lord Gopala bore witness that the old Brahmana had offered his daughter in charity to the young Brahmana.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. We'll stop here, Mataji. Yeah. We'll continue from tomorrow. Lalitman Prabhuji, we'll start.
Yes, Prabhu. Prabhuji, I request you to keep that, what you say, the one which has the synonyms also.
That I don't have, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Mataji,
Okay,
do you have,
Prabhu.
anybody has that one to share?
Some database you can. Database can be done.
Okay.
But it's bigger. I don't know if it fits into the screen or not. Yeah.
ఇదే కదా జస్ట్
ఇది అయిపోయింది ప్రభు నిన్న
ముందు చదివిన రోజు నిగమ కలుపుతారు
యా ఎవ్రీవన్ డన్ మా ప్రొవిజన్ మాతాజీ
ఐ థింక్ నో ప్రభుజీ చదవరా
యా ఇది అయిపోయింది కదా ప్రభు నిన్న
ఓకే
अरे बाप रे सवै पुंसम परधर्म with things like Hare Krishna. So I request devotees to read synonyms and devotees with the translation. Very important shloka, especially His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj. His favorite shloka it is in Bhagavatam. Okay. 3 devotees read, go with the synonyms, and 3 devotees with the translation.
Okay, I will read synonyms.
Yeah.
That,
Start.
why, certainly, pumsam, for mankind, para, sublime, dharma, occupation, yata, by which, bhakti, devotional service, adokshaje, unto the transcendence, ahetuki, causeless, aparati hata, unbroken, yaya, by which atma, the self, suprasiddha, completely satisfied.
Saha, that, why, certainly, pumsam, for mankind, para, sublime, dharma, occupation, yatha, by which, bhakti, devotional service, adokshaje, unto the transcendence, ahaituki, causeless, apratihata, unbroken, yaya, by which, atma, the self, suprasidati, completely satisfied. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, doubt Prabhuji. I mean, yesterday I think nobody recited the sloka, Prabhuji. I think you revised it, but I'm not sure, Prabhuji, because I'm.
Oh.
In individual practice చేయలేదు ప్రభుజీ
ఇండివిజువల్ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయలేదా అది
చేయలేదు
నాకైతే గుర్తులేదు ప్రభు చేసినట్టు
చేశాం ప్రభు
ప్రభుజీ చేయలేదు
చేశాం ప్రభుజీ
చేశారా?
అరే అందరూ
చేసాం
చేసినారు
ప్రభుజీ,
కదా.
అందరం
ఓకే
చేసి అప్పుడు లాగౌట్
ఓకే
అయిపోయాం. అంటే తొందరగా అయిపోయింది, 9:03 కల్లా అయిపోయింది.
అందరూ చేసినట్టయితే నాకు గుర్తు ప్రభు. ఇఫ్ ఐఎమ్
చేశారు లాస్ట్ కి గిరిరాజ్ ప్రభు చేశారు లాస్ట్ కి.
ఓకే 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 ప్రభుజీ, లేనట్టున్నా.
ఇప్పుడు చేయండి ప్రభుజీ.
పర్లేదు మాతాజీ. ఓకే మాత, సారీ మాతాజీ, రీడ్ సినాన్. హరే కృష్ణ మాతాజీ.
Sir, that why
గుడ్
ఎవరు చదివారు ప్రభుజీ? ఏం చదివారు?
లవణ్య మాతాజీ, గో హెడ్ మాతాజీ.
ఏదో అంటున్నారు.
No, nothing. Go ahead.
Yeah, synonyms. Sir, that why certainly, pumsam for mankind, para sublime, dharma occupation, yata by which, bhakti devotional service, adokshaje onto the transcendence, ahaituki causeless, apratihata unbroken, yaya by which atma the self suprasidati completely satisfied. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Translation.
The supreme occupation, dharma, for all humanity is that by which men can attain to loving devotional service unto the transcendent Lord. Such devotional service must be unmotivated and uninterrupted to completely satisfy the self.
Translation. Shall I read, Prabhuji?
Go ahead, Mataji.
Translation. The supreme occupation, dharma, for all humanity is that by which men can attain to loving devotional service unto the transcendental Lord. Such devotional service must be unmotivated and uninterrupted to completely satisfy the self. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Translation. The supreme occupation dharma for all humanities is that by which men can attain to loving devotional service unto transcendental Lord. Such devotional service must be unmotivated and uninterrupted to completely satisfy the self.
Okay. Actually, this shloka is quoted by His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj whenever he goes to general public, or if he wants to present the Krishna consciousness to the outside world who knows nothing about KC, then he starts with this shloka. Okay, what will he start? Supreme occupation for all humanity, no caste, no creed, no sex, no what you say jati, nothing. Okay, for all humanity is that by which men can attain to loving devotional service unto transcendental Lord. And the qualities of the devotional service is also explained in this shloka. How it should be? No ulterior motives. Okay, and how it should be? Continuous, no interruptions for that. That is what supreme occupation, supreme dharma, the most important dharma of every living being is, okay, this one. They should attain to that loving devotional service to the transcendental person, transcendental Lord. Okay, so this is a bit deep shloka actually, but it has no God or anything in this. It speaks about a devotional, loving devotional service towards the transcendental Lord. Okay, so as it has nothing about the God and all, this will be quoted by His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj whenever he goes to a interfaith dialogue or to the general masses. Okay, everybody understood, na?
So Prabhuji, ikkada mari adokshaja ante correct ga meaning enti Prabhuji? Like unto the transcendence ani annaru.
Yeah, actually adokshaja means, the proper Sanskrit meaning is the supreme personality of Godhead only, but his name is not mentioned as Krishna. Okay, Krishna's one more name is Adokshaja. But to directly going to the general people, if you say that Krishna is the supreme Lord, they will directly reject you. So that is why this kind of shlokas are taken. The intention is same. Okay, somehow or other to get them back to the bhakti. How they do it? By taking the shlokas. Okay.
Okay.
So shall we go with this one shloka? It's very easy shloka, but it's very important also. Okay. So easy that it will directly go bypass into from our minds only. Such easy it is. Okay. Savai pumsam paro dharmo.
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 Savai pumsam
paro
paro
dharmo.
Yato bhaktiradhokshaje.
Yato
Bhaktiradhokshaje.
Yato bhaktiradhokshaje.
Yato bhaktiradhokshaje.
Yato bhaktiradhokshaje.
Yato bhaktiradhokshaje.
Ahaituki apratihata.
Ahaituki apratihata.
Ahaituki apratihata.
Ahaituki apratihata.
Ahaituki apratihata.
Ahaituki apratihata.
Yayatma suprasidati.
Yayatma suprasidati.
Yayatma suprasidati.
Yayatma suprasidati.
Yayatma suprasidati.
Yayatma suprasidati.
Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktir adhokshaje.
Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktiradhokshaje.
Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktiradhokshaje.
Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato
bhaktiradhokshaje.
Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktiradhokshaje.
Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktiradhokshaje.
Ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati.
Ahaituki apratihata. Yayatma suprasidati.
Ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati.
Ahaituki apratihata. Yayatma suprasidati.
Ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati.
Ahaituki apratihata. Yayatma suprasidati.
Yeah.
ప్రభుజీ నిన్న
whole shloka.
నిగమ కల్పతరు చేయలేదు మనం.
హరే కృష్ణ.
అది చేసామా? నిగమ కల్పతరోర్ గలితం ఫలం అది చేయలేదు కదా.
చేసేసాం మాతాజీ.
అది చేయలేదు మనం.
చేసేసాం.
చేసామా? నాకు
చేసాం.
సెకండ్ శ్లోక కదా చేసాం.
అది మొన్న చేసాం కదా.
కవచం రసమాలయం
శ్లోక పూర్తిగా అయిపోయింది మాతాజీ నిన్న.
నిన్న ఒక శ్లోక కంప్లీట్ గా అయింది మాతాజీ.
That was, isn't that the second shloka, Prabhuji? What was the second shloka?
Second shloka.
Dharma projita.
Dharma projita kaitavotra paramo.
Nirmatsara. అది అయింది కదా.
నిన్న
అయింది మాతాజీ.
అచ్చా, మేబీ నిన్న నేను లాగ్ ఆఫ్ అయిపోయాను. సారీ మాతాజీ. నిన్న టైం కి లాగ్ ఆఫ్ అయిపోయాను. సారీ.
Okay. So that also we will do, no issues. Today and tomorrow we will do this both. Okay. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktiradhokshaje. Ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati.
Savai pumsam yato bhaktiradhokshaje. Ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati.
Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktiradhokshaje. अहैतुकी अप्रतिहता ययात्मा सुप्रसीदति
सवै पुंसां परो धर्मो यतो
यतो
भक्तिरदोक्षजे
भक्तिरदोक्षजे
अहैतुकी
अहैतुकी
अप्रतिहता
अप्रतिहता
सुप्रसीदति
सुप्रसीदति
स वै पुंसां परो धर्मो यतो भक्तिरदोक्षजे अहैतुकी अप्रतिहता ययात्मा सुप्रसीदति
सवै पुंसां परो धर्मो यतो
यतो
भक्तिरदोक्षजे
भक्तिरदोक्षजे
अप्रतिहता ययात्मा सुप्रसीदति.
Yeah, now you can go for the individual practice, Mataji and Prabhuji. Okay, starting with Samyukta Mataji and Ram Reddy Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktiradokshje ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes,
Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktiradokshje ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. Thank you, Prabhu.
Yes, yes, Prabhuji. Sandhya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Savai pumsham paro dharmo yato bhaktir adhokshje ahaitukya pratihata yayatma suprasidati.
Yes, Mataji. And Lavanya Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yado bhakti radokshje ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati.
Thank you, Mataji. Lavanya Mataji.
Savai pumsam paro dharmo yeto bhaktiradokshje ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. And who else?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Shirisha Mataji, go ahead.
Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktiradokshje ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati.
Okay, Mataji. And Prabhuji.
Raju want to.
Raju Prabhu will get bonus. He should do both.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yesterday he forgot, na?
Yes,
He should do that one and this one also.
Yes, Prabhuji. I will do this one, Prabhuji. I will see.
Yeah.
Savai pumsa paro dharmo yato bhaktir adokshje ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati.
Okay, this will be the tune. Huh? Okay, if you can remember, you can remember in this way or whichever tune you like to be. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktir adokshje ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. If you already remember this shloka in different tunes, that's okay, no issues. Okay, if you don't remember, then you can do from by this also. Hare Krishna. Chandramouli Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktir adokshje ahaitukya pratihata ayatma suprasidati.
Hare Krishna. Sapan Prabhu.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Savai pumsham paro dharmo yato bhaktiradokshje ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati.
Still in Seattle, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Please sleep, Prabhuji. I'm sorry. I would have make you done outside first. From tomorrow, I will remember. Okay.
Yeah.
It's already 11, na? It might be 11.
No, Prabhuji. Ikkada 8:30 outundi evening.
Acha, evening 8:30. Okay, Prabhu, then
Pacific time, yeah.
Hare Krishna. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And Akinchan Prabhu.
Yep. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktir adokshje aituki aprihata Yatpa suprasiddhati.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Raj Prabhu, you do yesterday Shloka Prabhu now.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Deepa Majadri left, na?
Yeah,
Deepa
Mataji
Majadri
yesterday.
left.
In a tondara
Yeah.
left.
Yes, yes.
No.
Okay, is he there? Is he left? Did he left? Or Raju Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
There, Prabhuji.
But
You can do that shloka also, and then we will conclude the call, Prabhuji.
Okay, Prabhuji. Prabhuji మీరు ఒకసారి మీరు చేయండి Prabhuji.
ఎవరికైనా గుర్తుందా ఇది నిన్న చేసిన వాళ్ళకి ఒక్కరికైనా?
నేను ట్రై చేయమంటారా ప్రభుజీ?
Yes, Mataji, please go ahead.
నిగమకల్పతరోర్గలితం ఫలం సుఖముఖాదమృతద్రవ సంయుతం పిబత భాగవతం రసమాలయం ముహురహో రసికా భువి భావుకా. నిగమకల్పతరోర్గలితం ఫలం సుఖముఖాదమృతద్రవ సంయుతం పిబత భాగవతం రసమాలయం ముహురహో రసికా భువి భావుకా.
Thank you, Mataji. We have done it yesterday, na? That's why I am asking.
Yes, we've done.
Any one of you could remember, then we have done it. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
నిగమకల్పతరోర్గలితం ఫలం సుఖముఖాదమృతద్రవ సంయుతం పిబత భాగవతం రసమాలయం ముహురహో రసికా భువి భావుకా.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Now you have done, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, it's already 9798, Prabhu. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for just joining and bearing me more than. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
You can conclude, Prabhuji. You can conclude the call.
Nicely
Yes.
Teaching us.
Yes, thank you.
Raj Prabhu, you can conclude.
Yes, Prabhuji. Vanchakalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyahi vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta koti Vaishnavrind ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada book reading ki jai. Bhagavatam ki jai. Chaitanya Charitamritam ki jai. Thank you, Hari Hari. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.